How's it going? This is Kolrolf, and welcome to this guide for RimWorld 1.0 Ancient Dangers. Ancient Dangers are a high risk-reward encounter in the game. It's one of the few things in the game that you actually get a notification before the event happens or starts that, hey, this is dangerous, just want to make sure you're aware. It's basically an enclosed room that when you open it, you're going to get, well, usually pain and death, but one of its key features is that what's inside the Ancient Danger is random, and it's not tied to your wealth, it's not tied to your tech level or how long you've been playing in that world or anything. It's just the game's going to decide this is what you get, and that's it. Don't bother trying to save scum because exactly the same thing will happen. It's not like a goody tribe. It's not going to, keep save scumming and you'll get a better result. Nope, it's going to be the same thing every single time. Ancient Dangers are always an enclosed room where you can't see into it. So sometimes they're out in the open, sometimes inside a mountain or partially into a mountain. Most maps, almost all maps, have at least one Ancient Danger. Some of them actually have two. The first time one of your colonists stands by an Ancient Danger, you'll get a notification, Ancient Danger, and it'll just, sense of impending doom and foreboding is what your colonist sees. So it's a good idea to always send a colonist just beside a structure that you can't see inside of. Don't get them to deconstruct the bricks right away. Just get them to stand there. See if you get a notification. If you don't, it's fine. It's just an empty room. If you do, well, there you go. It's an Ancient Danger, and now you know how to deal with it. And you don't have a colonist opening up whatever horrors start flowing out of it, and you're not prepared. So if you just started a colony, I'd say it's best to avoid Ancient Dangers. Just somehow mark it on the map, maybe with a planning tool that, okay, that's what that is, so you don't forget it later and accidentally crack it open. You can always roll the dice and see what you get, but very likely it's going to be pain and death. So tactics for dealing with an Ancient Danger basically end up being the same with however you prefer to deal with human raiders, mechanoids, or bugs, because any or all of them can be inside the Ancient Danger once you open it, and you won't have a sense of what's in there until you do. So just kind of be prepared for anything. So personally, I like to use the opening as a choke point, where you can set up your colonists either across from it or nearby and have your gunners fire into it. Maybe use grenades, EMP grenades, or at least have someone there with EMP grenades. So you never know if it's going to be mechanoids coming out. And then obviously some melee combatants as well to deal with any threats that way. If you're at the technology level where you've got turrets, you could set those up outside. You could also set up a whole structure, almost like a kill box, so that once you break open the opening, your colonist gets out, and then whatever's in there has to go through your kill box. It's a little expensive on the materials, and it's a little annoying the times when there's nothing there and you didn't really need all that construction, but sometimes it is better to be safer than sorry. If there is no immediate danger present when you break into it, that doesn't mean there's no danger, that just means you don't see it. There won't be any bugs or mechanoids, but when you open up the caskets, the spacers that pop out likely will be hostile, likely will be confused. Sometimes they're just people that try to walk off the map, but half the time, or more than that, you'll usually get some pretty heavily armed spacers equipped with good armor, marine armor, with any kind of weapon you can imagine in the game, and they can be a threat. And it can be a little tricky because usually by then you've walked in and popped up in a casket and you've got at least one colonist exposed. Once you open up one casket, they all open up at once, so don't think you can kind of do them one at a time and space them out or tackle them one at a time. They're all going to pop, and there you go. And whatever pops out is what you get to deal with. In terms of rewards though, there's usually a stash of random valuable loot, things like psychic shock lances, psychic pulsers, psychic animal pulsers, luciferium, sometimes gold and a few other things, and other things that you can usually only trade to acquire. So that's kind of nice that way. There's the crypto sleep caskets, which have either use as crypto sleep caskets, or you can break them down for some steel, uranium components and whatnot. The floors are usually made of steel as well. And then obviously, if you've got humans popping out, you might be able to rescue them, you might be able to convince them to join you, or capture them. And that's kind of a reward in itself, in that you might be able to secure a new colonist out of this. So like I said at the beginning, high risk reward encounter. Usually some really great rewards in there, but if you're not ready, it can wipe out your colony, especially at an early start, and sometimes even later on in the game if you're just not prepared for it. I hope you've enjoyed this guide. If you have any tips or suggestions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. It'd be interesting to hear what people say. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next guide. Take care.